The U.S. now, President Joe Biden savaged Donald Trump's lies and attempt to overturn the 2020 election, vowing on the first anniversary of the January 6th Capitol riot that he would let no one put a dagger at the throat of democracy. After largely ignoring Trump for a year, Biden took off the gloves, describing the Republican as a cheat whose ego wouldn't let him accept defeat and whose supporters almost shattered U.S. democracy when they stormed Congress to prevent certification of the election. And members of the House of Representatives held a moment of silence for the officers who died defending the building that day. Take a look.
Make sure.
Mr. President, how are you feeling about the day, sir?
Praying that we'll never have another day like we had years ago today.
I want to acknowledge our fallen heroes of that day. U.S. Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick, U.S. Capitol Police Officer Howard Livingood, Metropolitan Officer Jeffrey Smith, U.S. Capitol Police Officer Billy Evans of a later assault. Now I ask all members to rise for a moment of silence in their memory.
And here's the truth. The former President of the United States of America has created and spread a web of lies about the 2020 election. He's done so because he values power over principle, because he sees his own interest as more important than his country's interest and America's interest. I did not seek this fight brought to this Capitol 1 year ago today, but I will not shrink from it either. I will stand in this breach. I will defend this nation, and I will allow no one to place a dagger at the throat of democracy. We will make sure the will of the people is heard, that the ballot prevails, not violence, that authority in this nation will always be peacefully transferred.
We're going to walk down, anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
Now, the party's top lawmaker, Senator Mitch McConnell, was leading a delegation to a funeral of a recently deceased senator some 600 miles away in Atlanta, Georgia. In a statement, McConnell said January 6th had been a dark day, but called it stunning to see some Washington Democrats try to exploit this anniversary. McConnell was among the senior Republicans a year ago who condemned Trump for stoking the unprecedented violence. Now, one top Republican, House Minority Whip Steve Scalise, said Democrats want this to be politicized and they want every day to be about January